If you're looking for pretty analytical charts, predictions, and numbers about the housing market, this video is not for you. This video is to prepare the first-time homebuyer for the fire sale that's about to happen in the housing market. So hang on. How's the market? Went to an open house recently. It was so crowded it felt like I was at a wait. And with only 15 minutes to tour the home, none of us could remember if it was a 2 or 2.5 bath. I had a listing that sold before the for sale sign even arrived. Competition has been brutal in this market. Even fixer-uppers are getting multiple offers. And the first-time home buyers with financing sent to the sidelines with little hopes of competing with cash buyers. That's what's really going on. But history has shown us this too shall pass. Don't wait for the market to change and prepare. Do it now. Take advantage of the sideline time. Start filling up, not your hope chest, but it's going to happen chest for what's to come. Number 1, pay off debt and build an emergency fund, or use the 36% rule. It may not be what you're expecting or want to hear, but hands down the most important. Why? Because owning a home is expensive, much more expensive than renting. When you own a home, you're responsible for everything, the maintenance, the mishaps, the upkeep. And if you don't know how to cut grass, you need to hire somebody just to keep the HOA off your back. And that adds up. Before you even think about buying your first home, make sure, preferably, you're debt-free, or use the 36% rule. It's when your total debts, including your student loan, credit cards, car loans, are less than 36% of your gross monthly salary. Have a decent emergency fund of at least 3 months of expenses. This money protects you from any financial setbacks when things go wrong. And things will go wrong. But how well you're prepared is what makes it a big setback or a little setback. Now, once you're there, stay there. Make these 4 words your mantra. Stick to the budget. Number 2, use the 28% rule. Know how much house you could afford. Before you get emotionally attached to that image of that big, beautiful house, check your monthly budget to determine how much house you could afford. Make sure your monthly housing costs are going to be no more than 28% of your gross monthly income, including HOA fees, taxes, CDDs, insurance, etc. For example, let's say you bring home $6,600 a month. You would multiply that by 28% to establish your maximum monthly house payment. But don't forget that property taxes and homeowner insurance factor into that monthly payment as well. Remember, these are just estimates, and since property tax rates and the cost of homeowner insurance vary, check with your real estate agent and your insurance company for estimates. Number 3, save for a down payment. If saving up to pay cash isn't an option, save for a down payment or apply for a down payment assistance program before going out viewing homes. Best case scenario, a 20% down payment gets you out of paying PMI, which is private mortgage insurance, which usually is about 1% of the total loan amount every year. But for first-time home buyers, the PMI allows you to make a low down payment and gets you into the home much sooner instead of waiting years to save up a 20% down. Number 4, don't forget to save for closing costs. Now, this is separate from your down payment. Everybody's responsible for their own closing costs. The buyer, the seller, everyone. On average, closing costs are about 2.5% to 3.5% of the purchase price. Your lender will give you a specific number so you know exactly what to bring on closing day. The closing cost fees for buyers include prorated HOA charges, HOA approval fees, survey fee, appraisal fee, home insurance, loan origination fee, home inspection, recording fees, and for VA loans, wood-destroying organism, title company, and attorney fees, depending on what part of the country you're in. Your fees vary depending on the city you live in, the home you buy, and the companies you end up working with. Now, the survey fee is optional. You may be able to get it for free. A lot of times you could ask the seller if they have one, and they usually do. And if it's not outdated, you can use it, and that will save you money. I encourage you to get a survey regardless, especially if the lender wants a copy of it. It's just good to have. It lets you know your boundaries and if there's any property line discrepancies. Number 5, get pre-approved before house hunting. Once you're confident you have enough saved up for closing costs and you have the down payment, you're ready to interview lenders. Make sure they're reputable in the city or town you're looking in. A seasoned real estate agent will call the lenders and verify the validity of the commitment between them and the buyer. If the lender says, hey, they just applied, we're still waiting for proof of employment, you're out. You're no longer a contender. So cutting corners, using fly-by-night internet lenders can hurt your chances of being competitive. A pre-approval from a reputable lender demonstrates you're a serious buyer, and every little bit helps. Also, if you're a first-time home buyer and you're debt-free without a credit score, there's lenders out there for you. Just got to do your research. Number 6, research neighborhoods for best fit. Don't buy a home based on the property or the price alone. Do your research on crime rates and the quality of schools around your desired neighborhood. If you're being transferred from a job, calculate the new commute time. See if it's manageable. Visit the neighborhood at different times and days to check for traffic condition, noise level, and see if the people are comfortable being outside. Only choose a neighborhood that you and your family feel good about. Once you narrow down the neighborhood, attend a few open houses. It's a great way to learn more about the area, and it allows you to compare homes in that neighborhood. Number 7, make a competitive offer. You can still make a competitive offer on a budget. Let's say you're pre-approved and you found a dream home, and now you're ready to make an offer. If it's your first time, it may be difficult to know how much you should offer. That's when you rely on the expertise of your real estate agent. Make your offer as clean as possible. For example, waiving all contingencies. That doesn't include waiving the home inspection. You won't get your discounted insurance rate, and most insurance carriers won't bind you without the 4-point or the wind mitigation, which is part of the home inspection. Offer above asking price. Sometimes you only need $2,000 or $3,000 more to get the seller's attention. Put down more deposit, earnest money, which is good faith money. You get it back at closing. It contributes to your down payment and closing costs. It's proof that you're a good faith buyer. It's usually between 1 and 3% of the purchase price. If you put more money down, it shows you're committed to this transaction. In other words, make your offer stand out. Show the seller that you're a serious buyer who's willing to go the extra mile. Contingent upon the sale of another property is not a competitive offer. Avoid asking for the seller's personal property. If you're drooling over the sparkling chandelier listed in the not included section, don't ask for it. You want the sellers to throw in the patio furniture like you would ask for floor mats at a new car dealership? Don't do it. It may result in your offer getting tossed. If you want a chandelier or patio furniture, go to Lowe's. If you want to win the bid on the house, focus on achieving your goal, buying the house, and hope your competition falls in love with the chandelier. The final one, number 8, be prepared for closing. Once the seller accepts your offer, the closing process begins. Strap up your boots and get ready. Know what's expected when closing, like the deadline for the earnest money deposit. Make sure you take care of that as soon as possible. The average closing process takes about 30 to 45 days. This gives you plenty of time to handle your business. Your real estate agent will schedule the remaining steps, from home inspections to final walkthroughs. A seasoned agent will schedule what he can as quickly as possible. For example, instead of scheduling the home inspection within 15 days, he'll take care of it in 3 days. That way, should any complications arise, you have plenty of time to either resolve it or back out and not waste any more of your valuable time. As you prepare for closing, make sure you read and understand every document. Ask your agent to explain anything you don't understand. Remember, you're responsible for everything you sign. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can be notified of my upcoming follow-up videos. Let me know in the comment section below if you want to see any other real estate topics. Until we meet again on the next video, adios.